The Giants' offensive line has been rebuilt with veteran players. The defense rebuilt with young players. One of them is cornerback Sam Beal. He's with Madelyn Burke.
I'm Madelyn Burke here with Sam Beal from the Giants practice facility. And Sam, last season drafted with the third-round pick of the supplemental draft, but then you had that season-ending shoulder surgery. So first question is, how are you physically feeling after a year of recovery?
I feel stronger and faster. I got to work a lot of legs, and I'm kind of quicker. Having
essentially a year of a redshirt year in your first pro season, how much did that benefit you in kind of picking up the professional football game and the level and this team's schemes?
Having those older guys and veteran coaches basically just sit you down, and then you would do scouting reports on other teams and just, repeating it back to the older guys. And they want to hear exactly, the right stuff. So it puts you in a place where you got to learn. You got to learn the schemes. You got to learn the receivers, the routes.
A lot of learning, but also a lot of patience required, of course, I can imagine. How much did that help your mental toughness when it comes to this game as well?
Well, just the injury itself puts you in a place where, you're either going to bounce back or you don't. So basically, I just, I locked in and basically just put myself out there and make sure I was good, make sure they knew that I was good. Didn't want to be one of those guys that, seemed like he was hurt and wanted to be around. And I tried to put myself out there, like I wanted to be around still, I want to, want to learn more.
2019 OTAs are officially underway. What did it feel like walking out there for the first time onto the field, getting out on the practice field, suiting up, all that?
It's almost like, track meet. Track meets, you get all nervous, your legs get all noodly. So I had the noodle legs for a minute, but, I got used to it.
There's a lot of young guys in this DB group, in these corners. What are your early impressions of this group?
They're aggressive. They're all smart. We all be in the meeting room ready to answer questions. Everybody's ready to work.
Jackrabbit said the mentality of this group is that everyone is a starter. How do you maintain that level and that mindset throughout the season?
So guys like Jackrabbit leading us. If you got somebody like him leading you, Mike T, just them talking to you every day, you be around them every day. They got that energy, and you want to be out there, flying around. You want them to notice you. So they bring the energy out of you.
There's a lot of competition in this group, but it also seems like there's a lot of support. You guys get really hyped for the success of each other. How would you describe the early relationships as this group comes together?
I say we got a tight bond. When we break it down, everybody's close together. We know that when we go out to practice, it's us. When we get in that meeting room, we're going to make our mistakes and we're going to point them out to each other. We're going to, everything we done. So,
with Sam Beal, I'm Madelyn Burke from Quest Diagnostics Training Center.
And thank you, Madelyn. Alan here with Jules and Monica. Beal's a very interesting story. He's drafted, but then hurts the shoulder, out. But spends the whole season essentially redshirting, right, as a pro. But did scouting reports for the defense. He was giving the scouting reports to the players. You can get a year off physically, but mentally, he's not a rookie anymore.
I think that's huge. And I can only relate back when I was in college, redshirting, I had to sit out a year, and then but I got to practice, which I thought helped me a lot learn the system. But even not practicing, and the fact that he was involved with everything, writing scouts before practices, he has like a coach's mind already and a high IQ, and I think that's really huge. You get a chance to see everything first, and you're watching everything on the field take place, and then you're able to carry that over. He's not really a rookie then in that sense.
I've talked to a handful of different athletes in their rookie years that have been injured, and I think one of the things that we sort of overlook is this idea of having to own patience, right? Because they come from an opportunity where they've probably always been the star all the way through college, and now you're a pro athlete and you're hurt. And so I think for him to have the mentality to dig in and to study the game and make the most out of this year while also having to recover, it just kind of speaks to who he could be as a leader down the road for this organization. If you get a secondary that is energetic and that is really making it difficult for offensive teams, like that's something that can galvanize and hold an entire defense. So I think this is a young man who definitely has the characteristics that will make him a leader down the road.
Yeah, and it was very notable that he was one of the starters in OTAs with Jackrabbit, with Janoris Jenkins at corner, as well as DeAndre Baker, who was the first-round draft pick for the Giants, remaking this defense that they got rid of a lot of players. So that side's going to be very young, but to have that kind of energy at corner, and obviously a player like Beal, who, when they drafted him, there was a lot of anticipation. This is a really great pick to get a player like this. It's just waiting the year later for the Giants. So the offensive side seems set, But that defense is going to be very young.
Yeah, the maturity thing, I agree with you. I think that the patience.
Youth is, right, we had a coach who used to say, freshman, you can't live with them or without them. I guess it's the same
best thing
for
that
rookies.
happens to a freshman,
exactly.
you become a sophomore.
Exactly. But I would hope that, to a degree, I can think of myself as a young, aspiring, wannabe journalist person, right? There's a bit of naivete that can be sort of a blessing when you're young. Like, you just kind of go out there. Yeah, you don't know your ceiling.
Well, what happens is fans have more patience when that team is younger. So maybe Giants fans will see a young defense and want to watch it grow.
For more great videos from the MSG 150, check out right there. And remember, our show is on Monday through Thursday, 8 to 10:30 p.m. on MSG Network and MSG Go.